Anyways, I don't know if anyone else has been seeing this on their TikTok, but I've been getting videos of birds with really weird calls. So I decided to look it up and try to choose a bird, and I found one that not only has a weird call, but also has a weird feather. So it gets both of the things that I was looking for. And what that bird is, it is the White Bellbird. Now, overall, the bird looks pretty normal. For the males, they are just fully white feathered. For the females, they have more of a, like an olive color to them. But the thing that's interesting with what the males look like is that they have something called a wattle. Now, a wattle is basically, if you think of like a rooster and you have like those like red things coming off of like the bottom of the beak type thing, that is what's called a wattle. Now, these birds have a single kind of like I don't even know what to, like, kind of like a, almost like a string, kind of, or like a cord. It has like a cord wattle, like comes out of like the top of the beak and just hangs off to one side, apparently typically the right side. And it is black, but it also is just kind of like, has random white feathers on it, so it looks really funky and weird. And so when they're doing their calls, it just kind of like flops all over the place, and it looks absolutely hilarious. I mean, it's just really silly goofy. But the thing is, like I said, this one also has an interesting call. And so what the interesting call is, it is really, really loud. So it has two different song types. The first is the one that it typically does, and that reaches around 116 decibels. For comparison, human voices are about 60 decibels. So that's pretty high. And then actually that volume matches the previously held record by the Screaming Piha, which is also recorded at 116 decibels. But there is a louder song that it does. I don't know if you can really call it a song. It's a louder call that it does when it is trying to attract females. And this one goes to 125 decibels at a distance of 1 meter. Wow! That is just that is just extremely loud. And so here I have pulled up a sound to play for you so that you can hear it. And so just a warning, like I said, it is loud. It is very loud. But it is also, it kind of sounds like a fire alarm. So just be prepared. So this is not an actual fire alarm going on when you hear it. So I'm watching, there's a video to it, and I'm watching the wattle move around. Very funky sound. It almost sounds like, almost like metallic, honestly. Like, I don't know if you guys are also, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it has that, like, that tang to it that you get with, like, a metallic type sound. So, very funky bird. With a very funky call. But here's the thing, this, I was doing research on this, some extra research on it earlier while I was eating lunch. This made me laugh, like, viscerally at the table while I was eating. So when the study was done to measure the volume, that was actually done not so long ago, like in 2019. But the thing is, it was originally thought of in 2017 in a trip to that area where it lives. Mario Conhaft was handling the bird, and he was struck by what he described. This is how he describes the bird. This is what he thought of when he was holding the bird. A really ripped washboard stomach. He says that the bird has insane abs. And so because of that, he was really curious just how loud they got. So then he and Jeffrey Podos went out to measure just how loud they were. But it's just the fact that he's like, yeah, these birds have washboard abs, dude. We gotta study this. We gotta see just how loud they get. Like, in my head, my brain literally just went, it's the Frat Boy Bird. They're really loud and they have abs. That's the Frat Boy Bird. That's what it is now. Sorry, guys. Sorry, White Bellbirds. You are now, in my head, forever coined the Frat Boy Birds.